Okay, let's get started. Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. As you can see from the title, today's video is going to be my full review with spoilers of Mad God. This is a horror film with stop motion that has been in the making for 30 years, and it was thoroughly worth it. Available to stream on Shudder. Now, as always, all my reviews are with spoilers. If you don't want them just to see if this was worth it or not, on the description box down below you're going to find my spoiler-free review, because I like to give you guys the two options. Giving that little talking disclaimer ahead, let's get into the video. Now, Mad God, like I said, is a stop-motion film that is directed by Phil Tippett. Probably you don't know his name, but you have seen his work before in films like RoboCop, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, etc. He's an American filmmaker that is specialized in picture design and stop motion. So he has done a lot, but he had a film in the making for over 30 years. But sadly, he wasn't finding anyone that was willing to give him the green light to pursue this film. But thanks to Kickstarter, he was able to do what we know today as Mad God. Now, being completely honest, I don't have a specific way of explaining this film. It's really bizarre, but in a really good way. I mean it in a really good way. But to give you the plot, now the film follows the assassin throughout a forbidden world of tortured souls, decrepit bunkers, and wretched monstrosities forged from the most primordial horrors of the subconscious mind. Sounds pretty simple, but let me tell you, this film is a ride. But once again, in a really good way, because sometimes we can say that like it's not a positive thing, but here it is. Usually will give you a brief summary, then the things that I like it, and then the things that I dislike it. But being completely honest, I don't find a way to actually give a summarize of the film. Now the film is 1 hour and 25 minutes long, so it's pretty short. But I think that definitely fits, since one detail about the film is that basically it's without any type of word, sentence, whatever you want to call it, the script, it's basically just sounds. So there's no really explanation or context of what is happening when it comes to the scenes or with the plot. So everything relies on visual effects, and this is when the whole positive things come. Now basically, like the plot says, we have this character that is called the assassin. He's being brought down to this world that I will see it as a metaphor for hell. Like the film, it's pretty self-explanatory, but at the same time leaves you with some hidden meanings and metaphors. It's the perfect balance between these two, because like I said, there's no script. So of course it needs to rely on the visuals so that you're able to understand what is happening to a certain extent. It's not giving you everything, but it's giving you enough for you to understand. But you need to, of course, to think a little bit, you need to go a little bit further. And that's what I love it about the film. What impressed me the most is the attention to the details. Every single frame, if you know how stop motion films are made, you know how hard they are. And the attention to the detail is so damn impressive. It's so beautiful and so visually stunning that you're going to be mesmerized. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit of overwhelming at the moments, because it feels like a lot, but it doesn't make you feel like uncomfortable or something. But it just be aware that may be a little bit too much for some people, but you're going to be fine. I don't feel like the film is scary by any means, but definitely has a lot of horror elements. Has a lot of gore. For being a stop motion film, I was hella impressed. We have a specific scene because the assassin is basically captured, and he's brought with a doctor and a nurse. He's basically caught on the middle, and they start taking things out of his body. The amount of blood on that scene, I was surprised, but really good, let me tell you. And the best part is that the nurse and the doctor are actually real people, so makes a little bit of a mix between the stop motion and of real people. There's only 3 persons like real humans on the film. The rest is just stop motion, and I think that it's perfectly because they're making you think that this is stop motion too. Like there's just brief moments when you're going to realize that it's an actual person. So I think that the film, it's brilliant. So of course the assassin dies, so we see from where the assassin is coming, who is making the assassin go down. And we see another assassin. It's basically the same guy with the same suit, has like a gas mask, just like My Bloody Valentine. I forgot his name right now, but the miner has like the miner mask, and he's going down once again to the world. But this one, we will say that he survives. So he gets on a jeep and he keeps like the road, and we keep seeing of this world. Definitely I want to leave it there. I don't want to give you the whole film because I don't want to ruin you the experience, but just spoilers a little bit on there. But I don't want to get way into the spoilers since you must watch this. Being completely honest, I didn't found any flaws to this film, something that is kind of difficult. So for me, this is a perfect film. I think that the music was perfect. It fitted the scenes and added to the visuals. The film relies, of course, completely on the visuals, so it's able to keep your attention. It fits with the music. The attention to the details is kind of self-explanatory, with leaving you with some thoughts on the road. I mean, it's perfect. Seriously, it's a film that doesn't need to say a word in order to be good. That's a lot. So I think that this film was definitely a 5 out of 5 and a 10 out of 10. I love it, this film. 30 years of worth it. This man, it's amazing. We deserve more of his work because definitely this man, he knows what he's doing. He actually made puppets himself, and he worked with very little people for this project, and definitely it was worth it. Every single day and year that we have to wait, everything, like seriously, I love this film. The reality, if it wasn't obvious by now, I love this film way too much. Being completely honest, I didn't know what to expect of the film. I read good reviews about it before watching the film, nothing with spoilers, just like brief, and they were all talking about how beautiful it was visually, and I completely agree. Like I said, this was a ride, but a really good one. So this is a must watch, a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10, a 20 out of 10. Definitely, in my opinion, is one of the best horror films of this year by far. I'm planning to do at the end of the month, that is basically next week, a list of my top 10 of horror films of this year so far. We still have a few of them. We have The Black Phone that is coming this Friday, so I'm going to wait to that one. That is the last one that I'm going to be reviewing this month. That I can't have the full list, but I have an idea by now of which films are going to be on the list, and definitely this one is going to be in it. I can tell you that by now. This one, like I said, is a must watch. Find anything else to say other than that this is brilliant and that it was amazing? And well, I think that this is all. Like I said, I don't have nothing bad to say, so of course this is going to be pretty quick. But well, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about this film. I do enjoy a lot stop motion films, so of course this one was a really enjoyable one for me because of that also, and also horror and stop motion. Perfect for me. That's the perfect combination of a good film. And well, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye.